Holy hell. Now what? Here we go. Come on, come on. Oh, holy hell. Shoot. It's over. All right. Come and get some. Here we go. Damn it! Oh, I like that. More bad news. Glad that's over. This isn't looking good. Ah, damn. Is it over? This is it. And that's over. That looks important.
Your timing is fortuitous, cub. It's been long since I've seen one of your kind. But then, what is time to a god? But you could know. Godhood is mutable. It can be acquired. It can be lost. Tell me, do you think yourself clever, cub? Let me guess. You're here on a quest. Surprise, surprise. The river's path is fluid and yet irresistible. Obstacles serve to make it grow stronger and clearer of purpose, but somehow no wiser. Walk with me, cub. I will explain. The last of your kind left me for dead. That is when they found me and offered me their enlightenment. Blind was I until they opened my eye to the lies of permanence. Oh, the feeble empress craves her fruit, tries to guzzle immortality. But all things die, cub. Even gods. Theirs is mastery of death, the all that is nothing. And so I offer the choice they offered, cub. return to the ash from which we all came. Or break the yoke of balance and become eternal. But the bridge between ego and soul cannot be crossed without paying a toll. Here bleeds the lie. Here mules the old order. Kill it. Kill the dough, and we shall seal our pact. Join me. Kill the dough, and master every part of your transient life to the greater glory of both. Do it, come. Join me in glory. Rid the Asia of this pest, this lie. Join me.
Get a load of this place. All right, Clementine. Where are you? working. What am I missing? Here we go. Holy hell. Here they come. That's it. For now. Let's do this. Well, at least that's over. Great, more bad news. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's over. Yeah. Holy hell. could. Yeah. Okay, this is it. Come on. Come on. Glad that's over. All right, let's do this. Well, at least that's over. That's it. For now. Oh, damn. Is it over? It's over. Do this. important. Oh, no room for that. Is it over? Oh, holy hell. More bad news. This is it. Holy hell. Holy hell. Hey, more bad news.
I know them! They're my friends! Please! What are you doing here?
You saved my ass. I'm here to save yours.
Wow. You didn't have to do that.
Well, you were pulled screaming into a giant crystal, so I kinda did.
Right. I guess I would have done the same. But how did you find me?
To be honest, I'm not sure, but I think it has something to do with this.
They risked their life to find me. You can trust them.
Anomaly.
What are you?
The Keeper.
The keeper of what?
The realm in which you now reside. All realms. All my mandate to protect.
What is it talking about?
This is the Labyrinth. A place between worlds. Connecting the worlds. The Keeper protects all of them from the root. We got them out of Earth, but the others...
There is little time. System failure is imminent. This segment. Where did you find it?
I killed something, and it kinda fell out.
Interesting. A failsafe.
Is that bad? That sounds bad.
No. It's... good.
The index can be repaired. 3 outcomes emerge, where once there was one.
We could do it. We could end the root.
More segments are required. The anomaly will retrieve them.
Wait. What about her?
The tide must be stemmed. The utility must remain.
The utility? You mean Clementine?
Yes. Clementine. Corruption tears at the seams of this realm. Yet the doorways remain. Gateways to other realms. This key grants passage. Find the segments and return them to me.
Hey, Traveler. I hope it didn't cost you too much to find me. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have had to come after me. I'd have told you if I could. So, how's the ward? Is Bo okay? Yeah, that sounds like Bo. Well, if you see him again, tell him I'm fine. More than fine. I'm... at peace. Not that that'll keep him from worrying. I do. For so long now, I felt lost. Especially on Earth. I felt like I was living someone else's life. I joined the Dreamer program with the promise of making a difference. A chance to do something that mattered. I thought I'd found it on Reesum, but it didn't last. It wasn't real. But these powers, everything that's happened to me, it's all been leading me here. This is where I'm meant to be. This is where I'm needed. No. I mean... maybe? I don't know. It's complicated. There was a time I thought the ward would never be home again. It still isn't. Though, it doesn't mean it won't ever be. But I'm needed here now. That's all I know. That's all I need to know. I can't go back, Traveler. Not right now. No. Not that I've bothered to look. That old man's got his own journey. Same as me. Nothing that'll make sense, probably. The labyrinth isn't what it looks like. but it also is? Ugh, let me try again. Most of this place is like thought and energy. There's so much more to it than what your senses see. I only know that because of my bond with the Keeper. I mostly feel the labyrinth, like a heartbeat, or sunlight. And like both of those things, it's connected to everything. It is. Like, more complicated than I think my brain can even handle. Try asking the Keeper about it. Their answers might not make much more sense than mine, but at least they know what they're talking about. Okay. Be safe, you hear me? And hey, if you see the ward again, tell everyone that I'm okay. They don't need to worry about me.
Corruption spreads, yet the anomaly has questions. The seat of all worlds. First the core, then the labyrinth, then all worlds that are, were, or shall be. The core has been purged of corruption, yet corruption remains. All must be purged. The labyrinth must hold fast, must be last to fall. Little it has not been said. Their origin is unclear. Their existence unexpected, yet ideal. A failsafe in the event of utter collapse. The segments repair the index. The index purges the corruption. New outcomes emerge. The anomaly's involvement has altered probabilities. Altered them further. Find the remaining segments. The Creator. The Creator. Obscured. The Creator is the Creator. The first was extracted from an entity of great power. Logic dictates. The others are dissembled within the same. Search the worlds. Seek out other powerful entities. Extract the segments within them. Unknown. The intersection of worlds with surviving entities of sufficient power, and worlds for which corruption has not made them untraversable. The intersection is small. Start with one, then search another. Hesitancy irrational. Either the anomaly erases one life, or the root erases all. There are no other outcomes. Short-term outcomes are likewise simplistic, for the entities in question erase lives as well. Erasure is unavoidable. Entropy deliberate. This one seeks to maintain the cycle. The labyrinth is the connection of all things. It is the seat of the worlds, built upon the core, and all worlds are built upon it. I have provided the maximum help that I can. All endeavors will fail if I do any more. You are the resource now. Find the segments and return. I am the Keeper. I was the first to rise. I will be the last to fall. Kidnap. Misnomer. The utility was required. The utility has been acquired. The utility consents and remains. Clementine bears the nature of both core and guardians. The utility understands what is needed. She understands the Keeper. I can no longer maintain stability on my own. The utility is a necessary resource. Necessary, but insufficient. The segments are required. Entity, Clementine, was key to stabilizing the system, to preserve the worlds.
Glad that's over. Oh, yeah.
How goes it, friend? So long.
This better be... What did you bring me? Okay, that's all you get. Bye now.
Oh, traveler. Be safe out there. How can Dwell aid this Paxel tech in its fight? Only that... The wind hears it.
Don't suppose you've seen Clementine yet, have you?
Wait, for real? Folks around here have been worried sick about her. Well, don't just stand there gawking. Where is she? What?
You sound like you've been drinking too much of Mudtooth's tonic. You know that, right? All right, well, is she coming back? So long as she's all right, I guess. I mean, I barely knew her. But she seemed like she could make her own choices just fine. So now that you found her, does that mean you're here to stay? I'm sorry. I just can't believe all those words were put into the same sentence, or that I even understood some of it. Our lives got pretty weird, huh? I guess we were asking for it, looking for fairy tales and all. Well, I ain't going nowhere then. I'll be here when you need me, or when you're done, whichever comes first. Just make sure you come back, okay? Well, hey, strange. Your debt's still at 2 now. Remember that.
Back again, traveler? Sure thing. See you around, traveler.
Welcome back, traveler. I can tell you right now. So long as you head back then, huh? Back again. Well, shoot, you won't believe this one. But you should. I ever tell you how the world fell in the first place? Well, sit down, friend, 'cause there ain't no one knows what really happened but me. It started in them wards, see? Secret military-industrial complexes and whatnot. That's where they made all the weapons and did their experiments. Now, the root weren't meant to reproduce, see? They was built as a weapon, but then they done breeded and got out. And well, we all know what happened after that. Only reason the root stopped was 'cause the Wanderer, well, he flamethrower-sized their queen, see? Over in that tower on the atoll, so's they couldn't breed no more. Now, listen. You might hear Ford tell you something different, but you look at the two of us and ask which has obviously been around longer. Which of us is most like to have been there, huh? You ask yourself that, and then you just look my way, 'cause that's who it is. Don't think I told you this one yet. You met old Wally yet? The boy ain't right, but not in a mudder way. He just ain't right. Talks to the root, he says. I reckon I know why, too. I ain't never told him this, but I was there at his birth. Pooh! Don't believe me? You wouldn't be the first. But it's true. Why, I was there when he... What? Oh, let me see here. Don't believe me? You wouldn't be the first. But it's true. That boy Wally was born under a blood moon. Always strange, they say. Harbinger of changeification and whatnot. I heard him cry out his first breath I did, and I says to myself, that ain't natural. Like the squall of some blackbird. Caw-caw! Don't tell him I said it. He wouldn't believe it anyway. Or maybe he would, come to think of it. You talked to him yet? Boy ain't right. Ho, here's a good one. Let me tell you what those folks are up to in that atoll, that Ward 10 and 7. That was where they did their experimenting, see? They made weapons for the USA. That's what this land was called back then. And the root, you see, they were cloned. Yes, sir. They found Root D and A trapped in red amber, and they done built themselves an army. But this army, it got out of hand and turned against them. Couldn't tell the difference between the Usanayans and whatever else there was. Pretty good weapon, if you ask me. Nigh on slaughter the whole damn world. Makes you think, though. What else were them Usanayans capable of? Maybe it's for the best they ain't around no more. Ha 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 ha! Here's a good one. I ever tell you the secret I do? Well, I ain't gonna. But I will tell you how it came to be. Yeah? The original recipe comes from my ma, of course. But that ain't the end of the story. My mom made a fine stew. But it weren't nothing to tell tales about. Not until the day me and the Crazy Eight got ourselves trapped in one of them old, medieval, meditating... we was trapped in one of them medicinal compounds full of pharmaceuticals and whatever you call them. And I had nothing but a dead coney and an onion on my belt, which weren't good for much but were the style at the time. So we scrounged for ingredients. Well, them hospitalities ain't no good for food, but they do have some pretty mean spices lying around if you know what you're doing, which I do. That night was the best stew any of us ever had in our lives. Kept us going for days, until finally the dead wood outside got bored and took off. And that, friend, is the same stew I make today. I even use the same ingredients as them back in the day medicinals. Better even. Don't think I told you this one yet. This city ain't without its own tales. Why, there's a tower, see? But only appears once in a gibbous August moon. Kinda looks like a big yellow-orange pumpkin. And within that tower is a man. Except he's not a man. He's a wizard, see? He calls himself the Keeper, and he controls everything. I've seen him myself. Even talked to him once. Yeah, man's smart as hell. So smart, even I can't keep up with him. He says he watches over all of us. But if that's the case, then he ain't been doing such a good job. I mean, look around you. But I reckon he means well. And that tower, I think, is like a spaceship he uses to teleportate to other planets. You go walk the city in a harvest pumpkin moon. You'll see what I mean. Sure can. Well, let's see. You've been introduced to that girl Clementine. Powerful woman she is, but she weren't always so. She's near as old as Ford is, if you can believe it. Even older than my old bones. How about it? Those two have a lot in common, including traveling to other worlds. Clementine, see, she was born on Earth, but she spent most of her life on the snow. You see, she was born on Earth, but Clementine spent 100 years on a snow world called Resome. They call it that on account of some you read and some you don't. Anyway, what was she doing all that time? Training. See, Resome's full of giant talking rats. They got warrior rats and midwife rats and even mystic rats. Clementine, she learned under the tutelage of the two-headed mystic named Sebum. Taught her everything she knows. She don't talk about it, of course, on account of Sebum's a wanted man. The rat, I guess. But it's God's own truth. I met the man myself, the rat. Don't think I told you this one yet. You ever wonder what the world was like before the Deadwood came? Well, pull up a chair, young'un. The world was filled with people. I'm talking millions, maybe even bazillions. Why, you couldn't sneeze without snotting someone in the face. Now, these folks weren't like us nowadays. They had so much food that they would eat for fun. They'd get together to eat the extra meat. They had spare ribs, called it a barbecue. They were immune to all kinds of diseases. And every one of them, had a puppy. Huh. And the world was run by, let's see here, what was it now? A presidentures, yeah, that's it. On account of the ceremonial wooden teeth. Whole damn world was ruled by the presidentures of the United States, yes, sir. It was a better time then. Folks resolved their differences by coming together, listening to each other's problems and trying to solve them together. Oh, I guess that's what young Bo's trying to do with this place, ain't he? He ain't done half bad so far, neither. I reckon you gotta go through the bad to get to the good again. It's always there waiting if you just keep on looking. This one's, 100% true. You heard about the old wards, right? Hell, you should if you're on top of one. The wards were where the root were born. Government experiments, you understand. Well, the oldest one, Ward Goose Egg it's called, was where it all started. And that's where it was worst, see? So this mad scientist by the name of, let me see now, what was his name? Leto was his name. He says there's only one way we can stop what we made and save the world. So he flies his heliopopper. They flew back in those days, see, that's what they were built for. And he looks down at the ward where the root are pouring out like ants. And he says, blow that sucker up. And boy, they did. Blew the whole damn thing. Didn't stop the root, though. I mean, obviously. This one's, 100% true. You want to know the truth about young Bo over there? To start off with, the boy ain't all that young. I mean, sure, he ain't nothing to old Mudtooth, but ain't a lot of folks around who remember him as a boy no more. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you. Bo Ward, he made a deal with the Wanderer. Don't believe me? It was Bo who met the Wanderer at old Ward 10 and 3. And it was Bo who took him over to that Ward Goose Egg, the one where the root started. And he won't admit it, but it was Bo what rescued Clementine and shut the door on the dead wood for good. The boy's more than he tells, and a good deal more than he knows. Why else would folks around here put him in charge of everything? Sure can. Let's see. Ho-ho! Long time ago, when I was just 10 years old or so, I moved to a place called Sanctuary. Sanctuary was true to its name. It was a place where folks came to be free from the dead wood, to protect each other. A lot like this place. Boy, Sanctuary had everything. Folks there had working engines and roads filled with fruit trees, and one thing I never... Boy, Sanctuary had everything. Folks there had working engines and roads filled with fruit trees. But Sanctuary had this one thing I ain't never seen since. They called them movers, and I can still see them in my mind. See, they'd hook up this battery, right? Only it weren't storing power, but stories. They'd hook it up to a wheel and a light, and bam! Whole worlds just show up on the wall. Talking rabbits and stuttering pigs and this one real surly duck. Maybe it's something like Ford's old crystals. Except you couldn't walk into the movers. Believe me, I tried. Nah, they just played for you, sound and all. Transporting you to another place. Maybe that's where I got my love of stories, huh? Never really thought about it till now. You'll like this one. Ain't no one on this planet more beautiful or dangerous than the Moth Queen. She rules an old swamp about 100 miles off in, that direction. Folks say if you climb one of these here towers on a clear night, you can see the swamp lights a-flashing. But them ain't no ordinary swamp lights. And she ain't no ordinary queen. She don't lead her people, who really ain't even people, come to think of it. Anyways, the Moth Queen draws her folk to her like a... Well, like a moth, I guess. That's how the saying goes. Anyway, she captures folks with her beauty and her mothy pulchritude. And she never lets them go. She infects their mind so they never want to leave. And she turns them into something else. If you head off that way, keep your wits about you. 'Cause that swamp used to be a city as big as this'n. But no more. No more. Here, right good listen, Tater friend. Tell you what, though, I'm a little light on the stories right now, but you look like you could use yourself some company. I got just the cure for that. And I ain't talking about my stew this time. Take this and check back with me later. I'm sure I'll have some newly re-remembered stories for you then. Ho, 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 ho! Here's a good one. I ever tell you about the Shrouded King? No, it ain't a book. It's real, I tell you. Real as every damn story I know. He's the king of another world, see? And his world was overrun by the root just like ours. Or at least it was gonna be. But this king, he got his, people together to I ain't asleep, the Shrouded King. He got his people together to draw as much power as he could from his own ding-dang-dingity son. Used it to make himself a weapon. Soon as the root showed up, he fired the damn thing. Now the king, he knew what was about to happen, but he didn't tell nobody. That weapon weren't just gonna scorch the root. No, it scorched the whole dim darn dingity world. Burned the dead wood to hell out of there. Killed half his kingdom and twisted the other half into something unrecognizable. And that's why he wears a shroud, see? Because he done twisted himself in the process. But he don't want no one to see the mangledy bits of his face parts. You won't believe this one, but you should. Did I tell you I once sailed across that ocean to that old rusted tower? It was after that wanderer came through here and cleared out the storm. Old Mudtooth's crazy, you know, but I ain't stupid. I tell you, I saw things down there that you ain't never seen in your life. Down there in that rusted place was just machinery and roots twisting every which way, like the root themselves had built it. But they didn't. No, that old place was called Ward 10 and 7. You can see it plastered all over, and it was built by humans. By the folks Ford himself used to serve, if you can believe that. Oh, he'll deny it, I'm sure. But all them electronicals they got down there are the same damn things you'll find in old Ward 10 and 3. And that place, I know he found it. He's the founder, after all. What were they up to down there? Now, that's the question. I heard some answers myself, but I don't know if I believe them. There's a story for another time. This one's 100% true. Back when the earth fell, a dragon, a real root dragon, took up residence over there, just like in old fairy tales. It started in them wards, see? Your eyes only hush-hush military conspiracizing farms and whatnot. That's where they made all their weapons and did them experiments. And just like those tales, it took a what now? It took a night to slay this dragon. Oh, but the dragon was crafty, all right. He knew the knight needed help, so the dragon gave it to him. Yep, the dragon took the form of a talking tree and told the knight if they wanted to slay that dragon, they'd have to slay all these other beasts first. A cyclops, a living statue, what do you call them? Golem. Well, the knight slayed them all. But the thing was, these beasts weren't protecting the dragon. They were holding him back. So when the dragon finally did reveal itself, it was too strong for the night. And it took them, body and mind, and made their strength its own. Stop me if I told you this one already. So, I gotten separated from the Crazy Eight, my gang, you see. We've been chased by these big old deadwood, taller than a man with 10 times as many pointy bits. Ooh, nasty fellers. The others, they holed up in this old scrap building and slammed the door. Left me for dead. There was no way in, but there were these old pipes underground. Sewage, judging by the stink. But I weren't gonna stay out there with deadwood creeping round, so I held my breath and crawled through what must have been half a mile. I come busting out of the pipes and right into the middle of the Crazy Eight. They were holding me a funeral. I stand up, covered in mud and God knows what else, and just smile at them. And that, friend, is where I got the name Mudtooth. That's too bad. I'll be seeing you then. Hey again. I hope. Lucky for you, I've got answer. Oh, here's a good one. I've been telling tales about the Ford family for years. I tell you, nothing about them surprises me no more. Like old Commander Ford, one who used to run this here ward. She was the youngest of the family. She's the one what brought most of this town together. They say she's dead and buried, but they don't know the truth of it. See, the thing about the Fords is... No, I'm awake. They say she's dead and buried, but they don't know the truth of it. See, the old commander were the youngest, but she ain't the last. Old Ford, her grandpa, is still kicking here in town. Crazy old man went and fought the Deadwood head on and lived. Her grandmother was half Root herself. Folks used to call her the Root Mother. And oh, she were a twisted one, let me tell you. The thing about the Fords is they can't die. Not a single damn one of them. I mean, look, they all thought old Ford had died long ago, and there he is, plain as day. I don't care what anyone says. I swear to you on my unborn brother's life, the other Fords are still out there somewhere, too. Oh, here's a good one. It's about the time my own damn son left me to die. Oh, don't worry, I'm still here, ain't I? Or he went to get some grub for us or whatever, I don't know. Point is, I was alone in the darkened woods with nothing but my rifle. We was on our way from the city to our new home in the ward here, carrying all my earthly possessions and all that, and Brabus, he up and leaves me in the middle of the night. I was attacked. 20, no, 50 deadwood come crashing through the trees. We thought they was all dead and gone, but they were just a-waiting for old Mudtooth to leave his helio chopper. Now, I may be an old mudder, but I ain't no pushover. I blasted them down, left and right, laughing all the time. I was winning until something snuck up on me and concustipated me upside the head. I don't mind telling you, I thought I was done for. Then a growling starts. Deadwood back off, and I look up to see a dog there tearing them apart, literal limb from non-metaphorical limb. We fought the rest off together, that dog and I thought to myself, now there's a mutter what's got some teeth. Turns out he just wanted some of my stew. Ho, 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 ho! Here's a good one. Crazy 8 traveled a lot after leaving Sanctuary. Came to this one town named Ghostwell. No, Oak Hole. No, wait. It was Swan Creek. Swan Creek, I'm sure of it. Anyway, this Croakswell town didn't take kindly to strangers, and that sure as hell meant us. We stayed anyway, of course. Brought 'em good scrounge, we did. Nobody scavenged like the Crazy 8. And there was this girl, smartest damn girl you ever met. Her old man, though, he didn't like us one bit, especially me. So one day, there's a banging on the doorstep. I open the door, and the girl's old man clocks me with the butt of his shotgun. Knocked out one of my teeth, he did. Then he points the gun in my face and starts shouting. Which one of you assly holes got her in the family way, he says. I know it was one of you. Well, I ain't gonna argue with a man behind a gun. So I looks around, sees my tooth in the mud, and says, Mudtooth, he's the one you're after. And off he ran after someone who don't exist. Or didn't exist, I guess. We ditched Ghost Crack that day, but the name came with me. And that's the story of how Brabus was born. Except he weren't born yet, was he? Not born then. The other thing. Conceptualized. You'll like this one. There's an old man what lives at the center of a maze. Or does he live at the gate to the maze? It don't matter. This old man sees everything. And I don't mean like he can see whatever he wants when he wants. I mean, he sees everything all at once. That ain't all. The old man in the maze is also, Hey, what? That ain't all. The old man in the maze is a maker. The maze, see, is like a spider web full of doors, stretching its threads every which way. And this watcher man sits at the center. And he don't just watch. He makes. Where there ain't a door, he makes one. And then he makes what's on the other side of it, too. Oh, I can see on your face you ain't buying it. But I tell you, this earth of ours is just one door in a dozen hundred. And if in this maze watcher decides he wants some place to end, all he got to do is snap a thread and poof, no more door, no more world. Would you believe old Mudtooth's out? So long as you head back then, huh?